The other day, I was reading through Acts chapter 11, 1 to 18. This was a story where Jesus was speaking to Peter, and Jesus wanted to save a family, but he needed to speak with Peter in the language that he would understand, because Peter had a religious belief that we could say was seemingly rigid, that would serve as stumbling block or maybe an obstacle to that family's salvation. So Jesus has to speak to Peter in the language he understands. God had to show him a trance, and he had different types of animals. When Jesus was showing it to him, he was like, this is unclean. No, according to our religious beliefs, we are not supposed to do this. Jesus told him, all that I have created is good. Do not discriminate. So in essence, the lesson I learned from that is, even as much as we are Christians and we are also praying for the salvation of others, because essentially we are saved to serve, we are saved to intercede and stand in gap for the salvation of others. In as much as we are standing in gap, our religious beliefs could also be a stumbling block to others accepting or giving their lives to Jesus. How do I mean? You have this rigidity about your understanding of how a Christian should dress, not because you had gone through the scriptures, but because, in quotes, this is the type of religious settings that you grew up from, and you think if you don't dress this way, then you have not given your life to Christ. Or if you don't act this way, then you have not given your life to Christ. The lessons I want to share with you that I gained from that chapter was that we should not discriminate when it comes to the salvation of others. We should understand that Jesus died for everyone, and that there is nobody on the surface of the earth who is beyond the redemption of Christ. So let not your religious beliefs, let not your ideology about how you think that this should be, let not the doctrine that have been passed to you, let it not stand in the way of the salvation of others. In as much as you are standing in gap for them that they come to know Christ, understand the fact that there is nobody that is beyond redemption. Jesus came to die for every one of us. No one is beyond the redemption of Jesus Christ. So for as many of us who have probably a sibling and they're living a life that is not worthy of emulation, it is not even becoming, or some of us are family members who we know that have not given their lives to Jesus, and you know the kind of benefits, the light, the enlightenment, the joy that comes with knowing Christ. I pray for you, and I stand in gap with you today, that sibling will encounter Jesus. I pray with you today that family member will encounter Jesus. If Jesus can turn our lives around, then he can also turn their lives around. Do not be a stumbling block to the salvation of those around you because of your seemingly religious, rigid beliefs. God bless you as we intercede for the salvation of others.